මම කැලණිය විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ ගණකාධිකරණ අධ්‍යනාංශයේ කතිකාචාර්යවරියක් විදිහට කටයුතු කරනවා. මම විශ්වවිද්‍යාල අධ්‍යාපනය ලැබෙන කාලයේදීම CMA කළමනාකරණ ගණකාධිකාරී පාඨමාලාව හැදෑරුවා. ඒ මාගේ ජීවිතයේ සාර්ථකත්වයට මහඟුවත් වැලක් වුණා. ඒ නිසා දූල පුතාලටත් මම ආරාධනා කරනවා CMA කළමනාකරණ ගණකාධිකාරී පාඨමාලාව තෝරාගෙන ඔබගේ ජීවිතයත් ජය ගන්න කියලා.
ලෝහ පිළිගත් කළමනාකරණ ගණකාධිකාරීවරයෙකු වීමට පාර්ලිමේන්තු පන්තින් සංස්ථාපනය කරන ලද ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ එකම කළමනාකරණ ගණකාධිකාරී ආයතනය CMA ශ්‍රී ලංකා ඔබේ අනාගත ජයග්‍රහණයට.
IBON advanced level business studies subject. Under that the prepare a business plan to start an expansion of a business. So expand a business, right? So the business studies, this is the last topic, so we have to discuss. Under that prepare a business plan, right? The creating a business plan is the main point. Under this we have to study, and it focus the start a business, sometimes expand a business, existing business expanding, right? That how to pick a feasible business idea. It means what is the feasible business idea to get. So normally the business idea, we can identify idea originated within an entrepreneur about a product which could satisfy needs or wants of the individual or an organization. So it can be a individual focused one, it can be a real world organization focused one that satisfy a business idea. So normally if we get that we have the food need of a foods, we satisfy with the wants of it can be a rice, it can be hoppers, it can be a fruit or whatever the thing, right? If we satisfy that need, right, if we satisfy that need, we have to get the service from a business. In the business perspective, if we satisfy that need of that our consumers or customers, then we have to focus that business, how to create it. And our place, we are creating a place that customer needs to come at that place and they have to get the service likewise. But in the modern world, they are making some delivery networks, they are making delivery services. The same business, they are making a delivery service which product which the consumer expected product sent to their places, right? After that the mobile applications are developed to get the service from that companies, right? Likewise these days, right, it can be a organizational focus one, sometimes it individual focus one. If the main thing is we have to satisfy needs or wants, whatever the thing, and also this business idea normally come up with the entrepreneur's mind, right? Which create product. It can be a good or it can be a service, goods or service. That's the main thing. And when we are identifying a business opportunity, should be decided through a macro and micro analysis. We have to focus micro environment as well as macro environment. Micro environment normally we identify the environment which relates to us, right? The nearby with the business organization with that's called micro environment, very relate. It's under the controllable area, right? But macro environment is another thing which is not in this control area, but the main thing is those factors are affecting to the business, right? So it makes opportunities, it gives ideas to the people. In these days, as examples, normally people can't visit these type of business. It means normally we can't go for the markets, physical markets, right? We can't go for the physical medical centers, right? Sometimes gymnasium, sport complex, even the school we had that experience. So anyway, we can't visit. Therefore, most of the things are converted into a online mode. Online Zoom platform we are using, and sometimes through the digital different kind of platforms make us easier. Sometimes it's a food delivery system, sometimes it physical goods, right, delivery, sometimes services are coming through the online payment, we don't need to go to the bank. Now this generation or this environment totally convert into a online mode. That's called macro environmental factors, how effects. If we consider the macro environmental factors, economic factors, economics, how people spending and how people behave, and how economic environmental support that Sri Lanka is experiencing, external trade, internal trade, both. So, the external trade things under the economics, and rate of exchange rates, that also under economics. Likewise, total environment, local as well as the direct related factors outside the country are in this macro environment. The technological factors, very familiar, right, to the mobile phone, up to that server, computer and electric equipments, these cameras, television and everything under these technological factors, they are changing, they are making, day by day they are changing and making opportunities to create a business, right. And then social and cultural factors, how people get together and how people are doing things, right, how people are sharing things, right. If we get a one factor is a language of the people, Sinhala, Tamil, Muslim, it can be a Japanese, Chinese, English or whatever the things, how people sharing these things, right. That language translation apps are coming now, because people are going everywhere, all around the world. People like to travel, the community like to travel, the normal people are there, the tourists are there. So, everyone cannot learn every language, therefore, we have to make it easier. Therefore, the language translation apps are there. So, it makes easier. And then natural environment, right, we had that experience recently, the heavy rains, right. With that, the most of the business opportunities are coming and affecting the present businesses, right, whatever the thing in these days are affected by. So, the present businesses have to make good opportunities, or sometimes contingency plans to deliver their services, right, affected if there is any issue with the natural environmental factors. And legal and the political, right, fertilizer case and rice market case, sugar, everything legal and political issues, right. It came up with the new, sometimes it gives a new opportunities, right. The local farmers can create their own fertilizer, new business opportunities are recognized. So, with that, the political implementations, it can be a successful, can be there can be some drawbacks with that. Anyway, the political environment makes business opportunities and affect the market. And then the legal environment, how legal environment affect to this. Likewise, the different factors are there, more than this there are more factors, but anyway they are making some opportunities to the business as well as they are affecting at, but in the uncontrollable area, right. The micro environmental factors, if we consider the suppliers, right, suppliers also making some opportunities, they are creating new goods, new products, and then our business have some energize or some creativity, we can make it and we can sell that product easier to these customers. Normally the environmental change, with the environmental change, most of the telecommunication companies in Sri Lanka introduce a different kind of package, right. As a supplier they are satisfied, right. As a supplier they are making good connections with educational sector and foreign companies, foreign mobile apps, then it makes easier, right, to the our business also. It can be there can be some, they are making some opportunities to give us good things to the customers as well as competitors, right. In the Sri Lankan telecommunication companies are with the most of the high competition is there as example. So, that competition makes new opportunities if our competitor identify new things. So, if he or she did not serve that product to the customers, it is an opportunity to us, right, likewise. And resources, availability of the resources makes different things, because the most of the people, the more than community of the Sri Lanka has the mobile subscriptions in here, because some people get 2 or more SIM cards for their personal usage. Therefore, we can see the mobile subscription like that. So, that is an opportunity, that can be an opportunity, because the people have that resources, that community has that resources. That is why this in this pandemic environment also, that most of the companies introduce mobile apps as well as the online services, and people get involved in this. So, this kind of things, right, micro environmental factors and the macro environmental factors are making opportunities to make easier the business, right. Let us see the business plan, why this planning of this business is important, right. Now, we know what is the business idea and how it affects, and how it convert into a feasible business idea. But why this business planning, this is a document, actually this is a document which we need to present to banks or any financial institute. If we need a financial support, right, financial recognition, right, definitely we have to go to the bank, right. Financial recognition means if we are doing a foreign business, then we have to get support from the banks or any other financial institute. They are the representatives of our company, right, likewise. And then government, if the government regulations are to get the registration and any other support, sometimes subsidies or sometimes a special registration. If we are exporter, definitely we have to get the registration, right. Likewise, the government also interested with our business plan. And the investors, if we need the financial support other than our one, bankers one, as well as if we need any special investors to invest on our business plan, definitely we have to get their support. And any other interested parties, right. Sometimes our suppliers are interested, right. If we have a foreign suppliers, they are making this interest. Sometimes our employees also, if we are making a new plan, definitely we have to present it to our new business, about this business to our employees, because they are making more and more interest, and sometimes they are making new suggestions, right. This will be a very good one, we have to do like this, right. So, likewise any other interested parties, as well as why we are making, when we are making this business plan. If we are starting a new business, definitely we must have a plan. That business studies students normally know, if we are making anything, the management students, we should have a plan, right, plan, vision, mission, likewise. That business plan also a very important thing, and that documentation is a very respectfully accepted, right. If we have a concept, we are recognized, but if we have a business plan, we are highly recognized likewise. So, then start a new business, and at expanding a business, expansion, and combine with any other company, then we have to get this business plan, and modernizing businesses, right. If we are moderating a business, right, with the new branding, new logo, sometimes new products, and purchasing a business. If we are purchasing any other business to get to make our, it means control under us, so that also very important. So, and then this business plan, right. Business plan is a document which is describes goals and objectives of a business, or sometimes strategies to achieve that goals and objectives, right. So, how we are going, how we are running on with the financial plan, operational plan, and other things. So, how it's operate, how this it normally we identify if we need to go somewhere else. Normally we are using Google Apps, right, put that location, and if we don't, it means it is an unknown place, right, definitely we are putting this pin on that on the Google map, and we are going that around, it means we are using that map, right. So, route map showing a way to business idea. This business idea or the business plan is a route map, right. It is a route map to go that point, right. The importance of this business plan, we identify the business plan depicts where the business should go in the future. It means vision, mission, goals and objectives are there, as well as it gives a comprehension about the business to interested parties. It gives all the details about the interested parties. Sometimes this behave like a secret document, right. The business idea normally we are not revealing to the everyone, right, that happens as a practice, but if we need to give that idea to someone which is who is very close to us, definitely this business plan is to, we can use that, right. And to get financial facilities required by the businesses, right, the financial services, financial activities we have to get, it means as I mentioned, we have to get the loans, borrowings, as sometimes LC facilities, likewise the everything under that, and required resources. We can measure the what are the requirements. If we have that plan, right, we definitely know what are the resources we need, who are the people we need, how many people, and with the growth of the business, how we can get these services, right. It means in this year we need this much of money, this much of resources, this much of employees, but with our expansion plan, right, in next year we need this much, right. Likewise, we can measure it out and evaluating the performance of the business. If we are planning something, right, definitely we can evaluate. If it is in the document, we can evaluate, is that correct, is that wrong, right. Are we in the road map, or are we in the bypass road, or whatever the, it means outside this road. We can measure, right. We can do this measurement through this plan, and assist and attracting employees. Sometimes if we need to get a knowledgeable and reputed, sometimes chartered architects are there, chartered accountants are there, or sometimes medical sectors, one specialist, right. If we need to get, if we are creating a channel center like thing, right, medical sector like thing, hospital, if we need to get the consultant or something, right, definitely we can attract with the good business plan, we can attract them to the business. So, then this for this attraction, this business plan is very important, right? And easy in the regulation and control. We have that document. If we have this document, right, we can regulate easily, right? So normally schools have timetable and every people work on that. Likewise, the business plan also very important, right? We can guide people to do like this, work like this, easier to regulate. So that is the importance of business idea and factors to be considered in preparing a business plan. Prior to the prepare a business plans, we have to focus this one. It means focus. First one is focus. Depicting clearly, such as where are you and what are the products, what is the product or service, right? Going to present. And when we are starting and how can we improve, right? Those are the boundaries of us which we have, where we start and where we go and how much money we need. Likewise, with the boundaries we can create, right? Are we serving to the all around the Sri Lanka or the western province or Gampaha district, or likewise we can cluster our business and we can cluster our nation and identify where is us, right? If we can start very easily, it means with the resources, if we have to serve the all around the country, that's enough. But if we don't have that much of money, because resources are very limited, then we can restrict into a western province, a Colombo district or Kandy district, likewise, right? And customers with this plan, right? When we are creating this plan, definitely we should understand how our customers, who are the customers are and how their behavior is, right? Identify your target customers clearly and speak clearly about how to reach towards them, how we can reach them. It means if we have a product, if we have a service, good service, but our customers are unaware about that, what happens? The transactions are not happening, the business can't going on, right? So then definitely we have to identify who are the customers and how we can communicate them. In these days, social media are available. The different social media, YouTube channels are there, Facebook pages, Instagram, TikTok, right? Everywhere the businesses are, right? It means that people can make a rhyme, right? Make a rhyme and ask our community to create a video and upload to the TikTok and upload while you are using that product, you can upload into a Instagram. Likewise, our customers can stimulate, right? We can create a community with our product, right? And then goals, depicting information such as the main goals and the way of reaching them. What are the goals? In this year, 100,000 units sale all around the Colombo. In next year, 120 in Colombo as well as 50,000 in Gampaha. Likewise, where we go, what are the goals, and day by day how it's updated, and what are the annual plans. With that, everything we have to measure that, we have to think about that, and we have to include it in the business plan. And then required financial resources. What are the financial resources? How is the financial stability of my stability, right? The normal people, most of the businesses are arised or started with no more capitals, right? But they had that mentality to get the financial support with others, or sometimes they are creating more financial availabilities with the loans, sometimes investors, likewise. So depicting that how much money is required to conduct the business and how to obtain it. How much money we need? Are we getting 100% loan? Or if I have a money, then I can put into the business and 50-50 with the loan. Or if I collect some investors from the outside, that happens. Or else I started this as a company, and how it works, right? Likewise, the more things we have to consider. And then if we have that mentality, now we have to go to the creating a business plan, right? So the main thing is in the business plan, this is a document, right? This is a document, and as well as keep in mind, this is very important for your A level as well as end of the A level. If you are planning to start a business, it can be you will be a student of the university sometimes, or else if you are not interested, you can start your own business. But if you are in whatever the area, definitely the future is a business era. With the technological development that everyone can do a business, sometimes it's a full-time business, sometimes it can be a part-time business, but anyway you have to get a liquidity skills, right, which you can create a money from that. But for that, this business planning is very important, right? So when you are creating this document, the business plan, a cover page, information relevant to the identify the business is very important. The name of the business, logo, sometimes it's your personal address or sometimes business address, and business registration number if you have. Everything should be in the cover page in the decent format, right? And executive summary, it's a brief about everything under your business. It's a very brief one, but exact point should be there. What are the products and how it's who is our customers and how we can grow our business, and what are the things about the products, and what are the after sales services and everything. The briefly, if we can attract third party to our business, that's called executive summary is very good, right? We have to attract the third party who is unknown about this business, right? Knowing through this executive summary, it's a brief, a one-page document. It's in the business plan. And the business description. Normally, customers, who are the customers and what are the things they are getting from our business, and details about the goods and services. It's a detailed one, right? Previously, in the executive summary, we have discussed a brief one. This is a very descriptive one, a detailed one. And then the marketing plan. First, we have to create how we serving things to the customers, and then operational plans. Based on the marketing plan, we have to create what is operational activities, what are the operational activities, and then human resource plan. Based on that, based on the operations, how we deliberate authorities and everything, how we can give things to others to work and give authorities, and how we can get the service from the others. And the financial plan, right? So what is the financial need? How is the financial need to the marketing, operation and human resources planning to conduct this business? And appendixes are the most important things which we have to attach to the business, right? It can be a business location. If we have a special product with the patent, everything we have to attach, right? And also, if it is a concept, detailed one, if there are any chemical details, right, about our products, and if there is any service, visualize it. how this service happen, how is our land area or how is our building area to give service. If it is a bank also, the normal things we have to attach. Anyway, any kind of a business have this appendix also. So therefore, consider that also very important, and creating a very detail about and the very good confident about the business with this plan. So plan for your business, it means visually I create how it's happen, idea, you are creating idea, satisfy human needs, that is the main focus, and uniqueness should be, it should be a unique one, and value addition, you have to add value to the customers. Keep in mind the uniqueness of, if you are copy the idea, think about the boutique shops in the village, the next door starting a business as a retail shop, this house also have a retail shop, that is useless because you are sharing the same customer range. But if you can give any other service, it can be a salon, it can be a tailor shop or like things which is not relates to your area, it creates more value, right. Likewise, the uniqueness should be, if it is a traditional business which already is, you have to add value to that, right. You are making a restaurant which has foreign foods, normally it is, and if the customers can get an experience to how to cook that, right, it is a different experience, and with the delivery and everything, the satisfaction is most of important thing. So if you are creating a uniqueness, definitely you have to focus this value addition as well as value addition should satisfy our customers, that is the main thing. And you have to do the environmental analysis, as I mentioned, micro environment, macro environment, and pick the feasible business idea which is actually we can convert into a real world business, that is the main important. And based on that satisfying customers, now you are creating your marketing plans, where my customers are, where should I go, likewise, and this then the operational plan, after that human resource plan, based on that everything, financial plan, and finally business plan is your output, right, which you present to your interested parties, right. Marketing plan. In the marketing plan is all about the marketing activities, right. So the marketing activities, how to keep long term profitable relationship with the customers, that is the main focus, right, that is the main focus that you have to identify. It means that customers should satisfy with your needs, and when we are considering marketing, the customers and the consumer, two different terms, right, customers and the consumers. I think you already know this, customer is who purchase the product, consumer is the who actually use the product. Sometimes customer and the consumer can be a same person, sometimes there are two persons are there. Think about the baby products, right, baby products normally using babies, the product is creating focusing the baby's needs and wants, but that product is sold through the mother or father. It means they are the people who actually purchase the product, they are the customers, but baby is a small baby which he or she can't purchase the product, but actually they are the people who using that product. So customer and the consumer both you have to consider. And analysis of the industry and the market, which industry, which market, food industry, transportation industry, technological industry likewise, and which is the market, where the market is. If it is a technological one, that the all around the world, all around the Sri Lanka who is using that technology. But if it is a physical one, so normally it can be a western province, central province, or any other all around the Sri Lanka, as well as if it is a small level one, the domestic level, you have to identify where my customers are, right. And then product, goods or service expected to be sold, right. You have to focus what you are selling and what is your service, right. Product mix, you have to identify how many categories, right. Sometimes sachet packets are there, 200 milliliter, 500 milliliters, 1000 milliliters. Likewise, the product categories are there. You have to identify everything. If it is a service, right, if it is a salon, definitely hair cutting and how it's makeup and everything, you have to focus detailing, right. That's called the marketing plan. After that, target market, where your target market is, right. So you are segmenting your market. After that, you have to target a single point or multiple points. Through that, how you can reach to that market. And then analysis of competition. Are there competitors to us? How they are offering? How they are offering? And we can get more knowledge from the competitor analysis. That is the main thing, right. And strength and weaknesses to face the competition, and barriers to access the market. What are the barrier things, right? If we enter the market, if we fail, then definitely the first moving is a very important. First impression is the most important thing. In the business world, we are practicing that, but it makes some changes, some arguments are there. But first impression also very important, right? And expected sales for this year, next month, 2 month, 3 month, and after next year, how it's going, our sales plan, right. Expected sales and the marketing strategies of the competitors, that also creating a knowledge, right. How we can get the things from these competitors, and propose marketing strategies, product strategies, price strategies. Are we selling a lowest price, or the product quality, highlighting the product value addition? If there is any value addition, we can focus the product, as well as distribution and promotional strategies. Everything we have to consider. So these are the points. Actually, if you go through these points, definitely your business plan is a very completed one. Sometimes you can miss some points, but anyway, if you consider those things, your planning already done. It's in your mind. Actually, if you are doing this, it's in your mind. Now you can go through this, because you focused everything. Academically, we have developed, we have identified this one. Practically, it can be some other things you have to left and you have to add. But anyway, if you are focusing this one, the completed one you can create. And annual sales forecast and marketing expenses. You have to focus about the marketing expenses. Sometimes before start a business, you have to do some marketing activities, teaser campaigns, right. So that is the marketing plan. And then operational plan, right. So based on the marketing plan, now we have to focus how you can make an operational plan very well, right. Based on the marketing plan, then other activities, strategic goals and objective, technical goals and objectives should be there. It means strategically, if you have the things to achieve, how we can technically make a good things, right. How we can plan ourselves, our business, right. The production volume, how many, based on the marketing and sales plan, we know already how is our customer needs and how we can serve them. Now production volume, right, maximum number of units that we have to plan, we have to create, right, based on the marketing plan. It's a connected one. Actually, if we identify this business plan separately, but this is a connected one, it means we can, everything behaves not separately, as a connected thing, right. So, the production volume and the fixed asset requirement, based on the production volume, how is the fixed asset requirement and what are the variable costs that we have to get. It means raw material requirements, what are the fixed things, machineries, vehicles and land, buildings, how we are creating. If we spend more and more, then that also allows, but contingency plan should be, but main thing is we have to plan, everything we have to plan. Raw material requirements, sometimes it is a localized materials, easily we can get, but if it is a imported one, then definitely we have to focus those issues, right. There can be political issues, there can be technical issues, weather issues, anyway we have to identify this raw material need. And then employee requirements, right, skills, wages as well as number of employees required, we have to plan with this operation plan. And production overhead, what are the overhead, electricity, water and everything, building waste and maintenance, everything we have to focus. And factory layout plan, service area plan, if it is a salon or restaurant, where the kitchen area and where the our customers are getting their service, right. Sometimes you may experience some layout plans are not very good, right, in our practice. Everything, if we are planning everything, then it makes good sense to make a successful or satisfied customers base. And then disposal of waste, how we are disposing, it means are we recycling. Sometimes recycling of the product, or it means waste makes value addition to the business, right, it happens. And social and environmental influence, and how we are connected to, how we are serving to community around the business. If it is a factory which is making more and more waste, there will be issues. And total production cost and unit cost, right, you have to create in this operational plan total production cost and the unit cost, we have to focus that. And operational activities and expenditure prior to establishment of the business, right. So, the operational activities, expenditures, right. So, what are the expenditures and of the business, everything prior to this. It means if you are creating a business and after the creation if you acquire resources, that will not be a big issue, but before start the business, if you are acquiring a resource, definitely you have to focus that one also, that is called operation. Sometimes research and objective, sometimes you have to get the consultants, right, to start to create a layout, right, it can be architecture. So, everything is under the business plan, therefore, we have to focus what are the important things. And then human resource plan, after the operational plan, we identified how many members we need through the marketing plan as well as the operational plan. So, then we have to identify what are the main skills, what are the forecast future employees requirements. So, present employee requirement as well as the future employee requirement is important, and utilize the human resource more efficiently and productively. How we can, right, if we get a more highly paid skilled one and put on the branch as a clerk, that is useless, right, that is useless. Therefore, we have to focus and we have to get the maximum utilization of our human resource and prevent breakdowns, if there is any issues, right. Now, you know, with the pandemic, most of the companies are allowing to work from home, because to reduce this breakdown, anywhere they have to work, right. Likewise, they minimize the sudden requirements of cost, minimize sudden requirement of cost. If we are it means recruiting suddenly, then we have to pay more. If we are planning very well, definitely we know in near future we have to get this service, we have to get this type of employees to our business. Likewise, we can plan and we can reduce those things. And training and developments with the, in these days, technological familiarity we have to create the people, that if we recognize prior to that, earlier, right, then it means suddenly we can't do more and more training and development things. Therefore, we can create it easily if we are planning, right. That is a human resource plan we need. And also if we have a good plan to upgrade the employees, they are not leaving the company. That also a very important thing, right. And then human resource plan, under that details include the details about the entrepreneurs and the partners, about their descriptions, and managerial skills. If we are recruiting a manager for this branch, what are the skills that he or she has to make, right. That also very important when you are recruiting. And the basic post and the responsibilities of an organization structure, right, and power and responsibilities of them, and organizational charts. It means, is there a very hierarchical one? The hierarchies are there, flatter one, taller one, the hierarchies are there. If it is a very collective environment, right, normally they are calling with their names, not sir or madam. If they are calling with their name, so then that it is a collective environment. But the normally government structure is very taller one. It means every day sir, madam they have to told, and that environment is very respect is expecting. Likewise, that different organizations have different structures. Anyway, everything we have to plan it. If we need this collective environment, we have to reduce these hierarchies, right. An annual expenditure of the human resource. How is the monthly sales, monthly salaries, as well as what are the benefits that they have to give. And sometimes in these days, especially more and more services relates to their hygiene factors, as well as the health sector, health level we have to focus. Likewise, expenditures are there, we have to give everything to them. And then the financial plan, we have to focus. The importance of preparing a financial plan means amounts of funds and the investment decisions that we have to do, and financial shortcomings, and next year, what are the contingency plans? Are we getting loans? More and more loans also a riskier one, and the capital investment also should have some limitations. Therefore, we have to plan everything, right, and to identify the previous, and when there can be excess funds, right, sometimes year by year, how we are creating annual profit, and how we are investing that money to the next year, right. Likewise, with the plans, creating a money through the business and invest to the business, also a very good thing. So, financial plan we have to consider the thing, and estimated project cost before the start a business, what are the things we have to get, right, fixed asset, how we are getting, and preliminary operational expenses, and the total working capitals, raw materials, sometimes testing, right, and estimated profit and loss. That also very important, right. Without the profit, if it is not a charitable business, definitely we have to focus about the business profit and loss, right. So, then estimated cash flows, right, how many cash we need the day by day, and keeping a lot of cash also a riskier one, but anyway we have to manage. And estimated balance sheets, we have to create estimated ones, right. For that we need accounting and financial knowledge. And loan repayments, how we are repay this loan. If we are getting a loan, definitely we have to repay that loan with the business incomes, how we can plan those things. And finding a business, right, after the end of the business plan also we have to focus, is this feasible. Sometimes what we have planned, add more and more things with the marketing plans, operational plans, human resource plans, with the financial plans, some and more changes be happen in here. But at the last point also we have to consider, is this feasible idea actually that I can create this as a business, right. For that we are making a break even point, right, where the point there is no profit or loss, that break even points in the financial focus, as well as non-financial criteria, the happiness of the customers, the raw material reached at time that business operations are going on that time, and is this eco-friendly, and how the community responds to this business. And one of the example is the rating, the happiness of the customers, right. We are rating a business with our services. Normally most of the mobile apps and everything now focus in this, right, and you can add comments, right, and are we doing actually what we planning, right. So likewise you can identify, is this feasible or not. And then finally, how to get overall idea of the business quickly through this executive summary. That is very important thing. And importance of the executive summary creates for view about the entire business and guidelines about the business, and build up a confidence about the business plan, to read about this business plan, right. It is not detailed one, it is a very brief one, but important points are there, right. What is a business, what is the products, who are the customers, and what is your financial requirements, and what are the future plans, how the growth and the sustainability and everything is included. The executive summary, the most important part of the business plan, aimed at external parties. If, as I mentioned, if we can get a third party's interest to this business plan, definitely the executive summary is a very good one. And brief and attractive, it is a very brief and also attractive. A detail that include in the executive summary, name and the address of the business, the history of the business, vision, mission, goals and objectives. These are the main points that you have to get, but you can present it creatively. The market, good or service, the market, about the market, and reasons to be this a successful business, right. And what are the main risks that we have, and main management group, and total investment, financial things, and expected amount of credits, and all the things, right. And how our future growth, everything should be in this executive summary, right. So this is, as I mentioned, this is a very practical topic which you have to follow after the examination also. If you need to follow, if you need to create a business plan, this is a very useful guideline, right, very useful guideline with the main idea to the cover executive summary, as well as marketing plan, operation plan, human resource plan. After the financial planning, everything is you have to, what are the things under that topics that you have to cover up, and what are the things that you have to search of, right. Everything is in that point, under that point. So you can create a good business plan, as well as you can understand how this business planning is important, right. When you are creating a business, sometimes expansion, acquiring, if you are purchasing a business, that for that also you should have a plan, right, if you purchase from other side. So it can be a combination, right, you are get support from the others. So anyway, if you are creating a good business plan, definitely you have to follow this one, as well as if you start this one, right, very practical topic. If you are starting a business, definitely you have to go through and create your mindset to relate with this. That creating a mindset relates to marketing plan, operation plan, human resource plan, as well as financial plan. Make helps to drive your business to very successful points, because your goals, objectives, vision, mission, everything is in there. So if you can improve those things, and if you can polish up those things as a document, as well as practical mindset as an entrepreneur, definitely you have to go through this every point, right. And so if you need any doubts, if you have any doubts, definitely you can search through the Google also. There are more and more helpful things to create a business, right. Therefore, I wish you all the best to get a good grade from this business studies subject, as well as after the examination also, if you need to start a business, this topic will be very helpful to you. Therefore, I wish you all the best and have a nice day. Ayubowan.